Okay, hello everybody. Waiting a bit for the presentation to be uploaded. Yeah, thank you very much. So I'm going to present to you the sea mining case studies. We have two case studies, as you will see. So my presentation is structured upon three main aspects. The expected impacts within those two case studies, and then some information about case study 1 in Italy and case study 2 in Spain. Right, so I don't know if you can see my screen, so maybe we should go full screen. Thank you very much. So for the sea mining, the expected impact to start with. Right, so we have, as I said, you remember this table from my previous presentation. We have two case studies, case study 1 and case study 2. You can see the capacity, it is 5 cubic meters per hour and 2.5 in Spain. The circular economy intervention now, it's about zero liquid discharge combined with recovery of waste heat for case study 1 and renewable energy solar in case study 2. You can see the quantified impacts here. So we want to increase the water recovery by 50%, integrate renewables or waste heat by 50%, and recover high purity minerals. Now, as it is really important, as Gonzalo pointed this out, we need to have persons behind the communities of practice and the case studies. So the case study 1, you can see on the left, it is Celis, and that is Angelo Catania and Gabriele. You can see also the contact details. I will distribute this presentation after the kickoff. And on the right, you can see CMAT PSA with Dr. Guillermo Zaragoza, Dr. Diego Alarcón, and Dr. Patricia Palenzuela Ardila from CMAT PSA. Now, going to the second point of my presentation, I will present case study 1 in Italy. That is the part of the table where we describe the case studies. What is really important here is to see what is the economic innovation, the environmental aspect, and the social focus. So, for example, if we would see about the social focus, it is water security here. Why? Just to give some information about the Italian case study. That is an island that it is dependent on desalination 100%. So all of this water comes from desalination. The desalination sector is a crucial sector for this economy and society. It was, I think, introduced in 1972 or 74, and there is only one player in that. It is Celis, that is producing both water and power. It is, from the economic point of view, how is this organized as a market? It is a public-private partnership, meaning that the private sector has financed the desalination plants, and they are delivering that to the government, which pays them in long-term contracts. All these aspects are really important to feed in, of course, the horizontal work packages. Now, this is Lampedusa Island. Now, some pictures just to see how this island looks like. It is a very beautiful island, so I really hope that next time, maybe our next project meet could be there, Patricia and Mark, let's see. And here you can see some views of the island. Now, if we would like to see where are we going to put the desalination plant, here it is the place called Cala Pisana, I hope. Right, so this is how it looks like if we zoom in. Now, we have the power station here on the left. We have the seawater reverse osmosis plant here in the middle, and then we have a smaller industrial plant next to that. Right, so I'm going now to case study number 2, CMAT Spain. Again, here it is the same circular economy intervention, but from a special focus point of view, the social part now, we are going to co-create with stakeholders. And this is why we are going to establish a living lab by month 24 within work package 2 on renewable power desalination. This is how it looks like. And I'm going just to present a little more information about that. It is the biggest research installation in Europe for concentrating solar power. And let's see some installations. They have central receivers, parabolic dishes, parabolic trough with molten salt, with direct steam generation, with thermal energy storage, linear Fresnel, solar furnace. They have nearly everything, and solar desalination, which is exactly what we are going to focus on. Right, so this is how it looks like if we focus on these particular components of the PSA installations. On the left, you can see what are the solar plants that we can make use of as utilities. On the top left, you can see the 300 kilowatt system, solar system that can produce hot water. On the right bottom, you can see the steam generating facility with concentrated solar power. And on the right, you can see the existing evaporator with a capacity of 3 cubic meters per hour. Now, just to zoom in a bit more, this is the solar thermal collectors with 300 kilowatts. They have 5 loops. I will not go into more detail, of course. And this is about the parabolic trough with 60 kilowatts. The last slide is about the European network of living labs within Work Package 2. And we have 2 living labs, as Gonzalo very well said. One is CMAT, which is going to be connected to Work Package 3, and then the floating farm that we are welcome today here. Now, maybe we should go into the video for CMAT case study 2 in Spain.
The Plataforma Solar de Almería has been located since 1980 in southeastern Spain, in Tabernas, a village in the province of Almería, a place that ranks first in hours of sunshine across Europe. In this unique scientific and technical facility of CIEMAT, Public Research Centre of the Government of Spain, research is carried out on the use of solar energy through national, the European Commission, and other public and private entities projects. Here, researchers and technical staff from all over the world develop their projects in collaboration with numerous institutions, rendering it as the most complete research centre in solar thermal energy at the moment. The Plataforma Solar de Almería also holds facilities dedicated to research in the field of water desalination using solar energy. The multi-effect distillation pilot plant with 14 stages is capable of obtaining desalinated water efficiently using low and medium temperature thermal energy. This plant allows for the studying of different configurations of direct coupling to static collector solar fields, concentrating collectors, as well as cogeneration schemes for the simultaneous production of electricity and fresh water. At the membrane distillation test facility, research is being carried out into this novel technology that combines thermal evaporation with the use of hydrophobic membranes to separate the vapor and liquid phases. In this way, water is desalinated from low-temperature solar thermal energy with very high efficiency. In this facility, the latest technological innovations are evaluated, as well as alternative applications towards the so-called circular economy. One of them is the treatment of industrial wastewater. Another is the zero liquid discharge process, in which, from the residue of conventional desalination, freshwater, salts, and high added value minerals are extracted. Highly innovative processes such as forward osmosis and salinity gradient power generation also benefit from PSA research activity. Existing laboratory facilities allow a more detailed knowledge of all these processes for their modelling.
Thank you very much. This is really a fantastic video. Thank you for making this and sharing this with us. It's really becoming very clear. And also, as Dimitri said,
for the deliverables, for the first year of the project implementation, we have 2 deliverables foreseen. That is 3.1, related to the design procedure, due by Math 7, TU Delft will deliver that, and 3.3, which has to do with technical results from Work Package 3 implementation, due by Math 12. We have more deliverables in Math 18, 24, 37, and 36. 2 of those are updates of deliverable 3.3, namely 3.5 and 3.6. You can see that yearly we plan an update of the technical results so that we can communicate whatever is needed with the horizontal work packages. The demo will be delivered in month 18, and that is deliverable 3.4. And lastly, 3.2, that is the report on the operation and optimization process. That will be delivered by the end of the second reporting period, namely month 36. Now here you can see the milestones. The startup operation of demonstrations is due by month 20, but we foresee that we're going to achieve that much earlier. Then we have one patent to be filed for renewable desalination and sustainable brine treatment by month 36. And then we have 2 environmental technology verifications by month 45. One related to the technique as a whole, and then one for the eutectic freeze crystallization technology that has been developed with, by TU Delft. Then I will go and I will describe the tasks together with the first year planning, month 1 to month 12. You have seen this slide that has to do with case study 1, that is Lampedusa Island in Italy. We have done a lot of work already to collect data from the power plant. You can see a table here. We have worked very closely with the local partners there. So thanks to UNIPA, University of Palermo, and Celis, the case study owner, we were able to collect all this data already and try to identify some installation sites where we can put the demo. You can see 3 candidates. We have not taken the final decision, but we are close to that. Now, that is case study 2. You remember this slide? That is Almeria, CMAT PSA case study 2. And here is where the solar desalination facilities are located. You remember this slide. I will not repeat the information about the solar energy systems here. We have already looked into the steam supply, the utilities to drive the processes. There is one solar facility for that with 60 kilowatt and one conventional steam production facility of 100 kilowatts. And here you can see where we are considering to install the system. Now, the description of tasks. Task 3.1 is the design. It will be completed in February. 3.2 is the manufacturing of the demo systems. They need to be installed by month 12, that is August 2021. And then we have the startup operation and operation until month 42. Task 3.4 is the horizontal task to coordinate activities and communicate the results that are needed as an input for the horizontal work packages. These are the partners that are involved in work package 3. You can see them in this slide. And then for what I would like to say is that for the planning of our activities, we are applying a project management methodology called Agile, and we have weekly meetings, and we have what we call sprints, that we have key performance indicator on a 3-month basis. You can see, apart from the tasks, we have specific activities like bench scale tests, development of simulation models, etc. And we have a Gantt chart. And we see how is the progress. We measure that. And you can see at the top, there are 4 buttons, green, yellow, red, and black. If it is on track, if it is behind but can catch up, if it is behind and it needs help, or if it cannot be delivered and we need to escalate. This is a really complex project, so we really need to be on top of the problems to solve that on time. We have, as I told you, we have weekly meetings, and so far we have done that, and we have already identified some problems that I will explain in the coming slides. Now, regarding the interlinkages with other work packages, you can see them on this slide. The most important is what you can get from this slide is that, of course, with each horizontal work package, we do need to interact very closely. In the breakout session, I'm looking forward to speak with the leaders of those work packages and identify the route forward for that. So my final point for the presentation, risks and mitigation measures. You can see this table from Part A, the critical implementation risks and mitigation actions. There are 4 risks. You can see that number 5 and number 6 is on this table. It relates to every technical demonstration work package, so 3, 4, 5, 6. Then number 5 is that the solution is 2 case specific. So this is why now in the design process, we speak a lot with the stakeholders involved to make this as generic as possible and not too case specific. And for number 6, the delay on construction, we do not foresee such a delay, maybe 1 month it could be, but this will be more visible by month 7 that the related task 3.2 starts. Now, the last 2 risks are number 10 and number 11. What is important for number 10, it says if we do need a permit, no permit is required. We had told so within the proposal preparation stage, but we now confirm that no permit is required. This is really important so that we don't face delays. And number 11 is about the waste heat recovery. We did foresee that in the proposal preparation stage, and this now has been materialized. So we have looked into the possibility to recover waste heat from the power plant of Celis, and you will see in the next slides what this implies. Right, so this is a layout of the power plant with the 8 diesel engines. We have 22 megawatt electrical power production, and each engine is cooled by a plate heat exchanger with 7 cooling towers. You can see that engine number 3 and engine number 6 are the most suitable. You will see why in the next slide. And here you can have a look at the heat exchangers and the cooling towers. Again, thanks to UNIPA and Celis for this job to collect this data. Now, in the next 2 slides, you can see that we have collected a lot of information regarding the temperature outlet of this cooling circuit. That is what we need as a driving force for the evaporator unit. And you can see that we have a temperature range around 70, 76 from diesel engine number 4. The different bars illustrate different hours per day. So it's quite stable, around 72 as an average. And here you can see diesel engine number 7. So it will be one of those 2 engines. One remark here is that we do not have sufficient detail for other days. So maybe in collaboration with Work Package 7 and the sensors, we are going to collect data from those engines as well. And what is really important as a final message is to recover waste heat. We might have a budget around 200,000 euro, which means that we need somehow to make room for that. So we are identifying now what are the possibilities, and we are in consultation with our project officers, namely Violeta and Giulio, to see how we can really address that. Having said that, my presentation is finished. So thank you very much for your attention.